Hi everyone, and welcome back to Mina Wonders. So yeah, if it's your first time here, hello, I'm Mina, and this is basically a channel where I talk about books. So today I have a huge ass haul slash rehaul for you. So to kind of explain why today is a haul slash rehaul, basically I'd like to kind of frame my situation in light of another like super awesome video that I watched recently. I'll link it down below. Basically that video is of Damon Dominique kind of talking about his friendship divorce, and I was like, hey, like I can relate to that term, like friendship divorce, like just wanting basically nothing to do with that old friendship or old partnership. And I had gotten friendship divorced from someone last March, but I think it was like a lot worse in the sense that I vehemently dislike this person now. And I just kind of realized that, wow, like this person wasn't just horrible to me. This person was horrible to basically all of the women that he has ever known. I'd lent him, I believe, like 3 or 4 books. I would never want to get in touch again. Like, I don't even freaking support problematic authors who are good at writing. Why would I support someone who is problematic in my immediate circle, trying to do damage to my friends, and who is just okay as a writer, right? Why not invest in your favorite books? So I guess that's what I'll do first. I'll talk about the favorite books that I rehauled, and then I'll talk about the other books which I got. Okay. So I'll just pull them out of this bag because I don't actually have a table like near me, so whenever I do these videos I just put them on the shelf. But these are a lot of books and I don't think that they can fit on the shelf. Okay, alright, so the first favorite book of mine that I rehauled is Possession by A.S. Bayad. This is one of my favorite novels like ever, and I feel like I've talked about this a bajillion times before, but basically this follows 2 scholars who fall in love while they are researching on the lives of 2 poets, and basically what they're trying to uncover is the mystery of what happened like on the personal lives of those poets, and then also what happened in terms of their work, so how their work kind of influenced each other, etc. And it's just really nice. I feel like it's a nerdy romance. It's the kind of thing that you will enjoy if if you're a literature grad student, and if you like romances also that kind of utilize this trope of 2 people being competent in the same field but at complementary things. So for example, if you enjoyed One More Chance and you liked that Popoy was an engineer and Basha was an architect, then I think you would definitely enjoy this book. Next is one of my OGs, which I feel like I talk about a lot. This is Just Kids by Patti Smith, and this is the book that I had brought to Singapore a couple of years ago, and I had a really good time reading it there. I really had a good time annotating and just enjoying my vacation, and yeah, I'm glad to make new memories with this copy, and I really love the way that Patti Smith writes, particularly about the people that she loves and the people in her life, and this is just a great book. And can I just say, I'm so happy that they had it in stock, because I feel like that's the most popular Patti Smith memoir, so it's always sold out. Okay. Up next is A Little Life by Hanya Ningahara. This book, I know this book is like super famous and also super divisive, where, hold on, let me just put this on the floor actually. Okay, sorry, it was getting in the way. Okay, right, so A Little Life by Hanya Ningahara. I feel like this book is really divisive in the sense that you either love it or hate it, and I really freaking love this book. Like personally, I liked reading it. I think it's hard to say that I enjoyed it because so much of this book is just like brutal pain, but I do think that it was written in a way that really made you want to know these people. And what I love most about this book is the way that the friendships were described. There's a quote in here about how the trick to friendship is finding people who are better and kinder than yourself, and I feel like that's so true. I feel like yeah, that's what you would look for in a friend. And yeah, I'm very excited to kind of reread this and have this copy again, and maybe even write in this big old bad boy again. Now I think we can move on to the books which are not rehauls. So these are books that I got so excited about, like seeing them in person, and just, oh gosh, it's still different, I guess, to be able to go to a bookstore physically. Although I will say that I wouldn't have spent this much if I was buying online, just because there are some titles that I wouldn't have even thought to pick up if I hadn't seen them on the shelf. So anyway, this is Linear Witch by V.E. Schwab. V.E. Schwab is one of my favorite writers. She wrote the Shades of Magic trilogy. And like, if now we're getting like all of these fantasy series, when is that fantasy series gonna come out? Like, I've been hearing rumors about like a movie franchise or a show or something for ages, but somehow it hasn't materialized yet. But yeah, very, very excited to read this. Also, I'm so sad like the back got folded because of how like the books were stuffed in here. So sorry, book. Next is a poetry book by James Longenbach. This is called Earthling, and I believe I mentioned James Longenbach as one of the authors of the poetry books, or like the books on poetry that we had read way back in like first term of our creative writing grad school thing. So yeah, I'm so freaking excited, and I hope it's good. I hope it's good because I enjoyed his book on poetry, so I'm hoping I enjoy his actual poetry book too. This is Crudo by Olivia Lang. So I feel like I've been talking about Olivia Lang for like months and months now. She's just such a good author, and she's one of my favorite authors of this year, I think, or like authors that I've discovered this year. There's just something about the way that she writes that's so engaging, and I'm hoping that I enjoy this. This is a novel by her. So far, everything that I've read of hers is non-fiction, so I'm really crossing my fingers that I enjoy this, although I probably will, hopefully. Okay, up next is Pieces by Helen Oyeyemi. I freaking love Helen Oyeyemi. Like, I have a bunch of her books. I have Mr. Fox, I have White is for Witching, and I have Boys No Bird, and I enjoyed all of those. Oh, I also have What is Not Yours is Not Yours, her short story collection, and I loved all of those books. I feel like the short story collection was probably my least favorite, but her other novels I thoroughly enjoyed. She has this like amazing creepy way of writing, and it's always kind of based on this very feminist leaning ideology, which I really appreciate and which I enjoy very much. So this, I have no idea what this is about, honestly. I just saw Helen Oyeyemi and I bought it, and it's the kind of book that doesn't have an excerpt on the back, but I'm still very excited to read it. And I almost never go for hardbacks because I freaking hate hardbacks. They always fall in my face when I'm reading lying down. So yeah, I'm just excited to read this because it's my girl Helen Oyeyemi. This next one is a book that I've been seeing on Booktube for the longest time, and I actually bought this because I thought that it would be a good resource for my friend Austere, and this is XO Orpheus. 50 New Myths. So they're basically retellings of different Greek myths, and they're told by some authors that I really like. We have Amy Bender. I love Amy Bender and I love her short stories. We have Sheila Heti. I love Sheila Heti. She's the one that made me first get like really obsessed with fabulism and with the idea of retelling a short story, and with the idea of retelling a fairy tale in a way that's completely divorced from the way that the original fairy tale would have gone. Also, Heidi Julavitz. She is one of the co-founders of McSweeney's, along with Dave Eggers. Yeah, and I think that's everyone. That's everyone that I know who's like on the cover, but I'm super duper freaking excited to read this. I think there's some Kelly Link in here too, but I'm not sure. I feel like that would have been on the cover. But yeah, I'm super excited to read this and also super excited to lend it to Astir if he needs it, because I think it'll be super useful for his thesis. This is a collection of short stories. It's called Cursed and Other Stories by Noel de Jesus. I haven't actually read anything by Noel de Jesus before, but I do know she's a Filipino writer, so I thought that it would be very, very interesting to read. And it was also blurbed by Sir Butch Delisay, whose work I like and whose work on writing I also like. So hopefully it'll be good, and I'd love to discuss this like in another one of my Phil-Lit discussion videos. And last but not the least, I picked up The Lying Lives of Adults by Elena Ferrante. I love Elena Ferrante. I read My Brilliant Friend, so when I saw this bad boy in the bookstore, I was just like, I need to have it. Like, I will read anything Elena Ferrante writes. And this is very interesting. I think these are short stories, or it's either short stories or creative nonfiction. It doesn't really say, but it's okay. I don't mind going into a book blind, but on the back it does say the most intense writing about the experiences and interior life of a girl on the cusp of adulthood that I have ever read. So I'm like, what the heck? And then there's like a little excerpt, just like one line, and it says, 2 years before leaving home, my father said to my mother that I was very ugly. I'm here for it, Elena Ferrante. I'm ready. I'm ready to read everything that you write from here on. And there's actually one book of hers that I saw in Fully Booked when I was there with Austere a year ago, but I didn't buy it, and I kind of regret that now. It was her writing on writing, and I feel like that would have been so useful for my thesis. But anyway, let's see, maybe next time. So thank you guys for watching. I think that's it for today. Please let me know what new books you've been picking up. Let me know if there are any books in this file that you've already read, and let me know too if you've ever been in a situation where you've had to rehaul your favorite books, and if you enjoyed having a fresh new copy of those books. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave some comments below if that's something that you feel like doing. Thank you guys again. I'll see you next time. Bye!